Hey Libra, welcome to your weekly forecast for September 30th through October 6th. I'm starting with you guys first this week because it's birthday season for our Libras. So happy birthday, happy birthday. We're gonna pick up some cards for you from this tarot deck for your week ahead, and then we're gonna pull a blessing or a prayer for you from a different deck. And as always, if you're curious what cards I'm using, that will be included in the description. But let's see what's going on for Libra. September 30th through October 6th. One more shuffle here. Libra, I am getting the number 4. And so typically for me, 4 is a number letting you know that things are coming together at this time. There's your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That fell out. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There we are. So I feel like there might be some pleasant little surprises coming down the way for you. But let's see what the cards have to say. So your Monday, Tuesday, sure enough, my darlings, is 8 of Stars. This is a beautiful deck. All right, little malfunction there. So the creator of this deck has substituted the wands for stars. So this would be in traditional tarot the 8 of Wands. This is going to be very fast-moving energy. This is going to be things moving ahead. This can be communication. This can be just something catching fire in a positive kind of way. And so the word here that the creator of the deck is using is surge. So a big surge of energy, things happening very, very quickly for you, and things happening in a way where something is gaining forward movement. So a lot of the times 8 of Wands could indicate an area of your life that's been stuck, all of a sudden getting unstuck. For you, there could be something happening, however, where maybe because it is birthday season, somebody might be reaching out for you for that reason. And I'm getting a sense of serendipity, so it might end up leading to something else. Like if you've been really looking for a job and you've been having a hard time, or you've really had love on your mind and you've been very open to just like who is meant to come in, whatever it might be, I just kind of feel like you might be receiving a communication that's leading you to a place, and then that's just kind of matching you up with something else opening up or some opportunity opening up. That's the sense or the feeling that I'm getting with the 8 of Stars for you all in this kind of instance. I do encourage you to maybe pause, look into the picture, see what's jumping out at you, and it's going to basically give you messages in that way. Like I am seeing hearts, I am seeing stars, so stars are going to be like your intuition, indication, being led or guided somewhere. I'm seeing water flowing, so this is like, you being led somewhere or carried away somewhere. The universe is putting you in the right path at the right time. I also feel like that eye is jumping out at me, so it could be that somebody has been thinking about approaching you for a while, and it could be Monday, Tuesday in the week coming up ahead where they're finally taking that step. They're finally stepping up and they're finally approaching you. So if you feel like you've been waiting, and it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, like if you kind of feel like the higher ups at work have been watching you, or you kind of feel like, you've been under someone's watchful eye, it doesn't necessarily have to be in sense of love or romantic. They may be stepping up and presenting something to you, presenting some kind of an offer. Because 8 of Stars, to me, for whatever reason in this instance, I don't just feel it as a communication. I feel it as something is being offered to you, or something is leading you to an offer. So your Wednesday, Thursdays, we have the Empress, okay? And so this is listed here as the mother. So there could be something happening for some of you with your mother. You may be spending time with your mother. If your mother has passed on, you may be receiving some kind of visitation from your mother. But overall, this is energy that's coming in with abundance. A lot of the times when I see the Empress card come up in different readings, it gives me a sense or a feeling kind of like the Midas touch. There's a couple of cards that give me that sense or that feeling, but it's like that which you're putting your attention on is flourishing. It's really, really flourishing. I am also getting a sense of feeling very loved for some reason with this card. So Libra, I do feel like some of you are feeling very, very loved, like feeling very appreciated, feeling very cared for, feeling very special, feeling very, very special. Empress card also comes up when we're in really creative energy. We might be working on projects or things like that that are really picking up or taking off. But with you all, Libra, this gives me a sense or a feeling that I don't know why. And it's not just because of your birthday, but something about the flowers there and the way she's just like really happy, or she seems very content. It's giving me a sense or feeling like somebody is like just laying gifts down at your feet. It might not be literal. For some of you, maybe it is. You're receiving a present or something you've really been wanting, and like you're like, wow, I've been thinking about this, or I was just saying I wanted this. And it's like a way in which the universe is showing you that you're manifesting. But I just feel in some way like you're being put up on a pedestal. And I know this is a feminine card, it's the Empress, but even if you are a man, or you identify as male, or you identify more in your masculine energy, whatever the case may be, I still feel this. I still feel this sense of like, like somebody just putting something down at your feet, or somebody kind of lifting you up. It does feel to me in some way that someone is trying to make up for some way in which they've wronged you, okay? This doesn't have to be romantic. It could be romantic for some of you. It could be in some way, maybe like in a work situation, they've realized that they've neglected you, or they've overlooked you, or, that you're not happy in some way, and they might be doing something very nice for you, or surprising you in some way, or offering you some project or something that they feel like is going to make you happy as a way of trying to show that they value you. It could, for some of you, be a sibling. It could be a family member. I am getting the sense or the feeling of like a large sum of money for some of you that maybe you had loaned out, or you had let somebody borrow, and you've just kind of given up on ever seeing it again. And for some of you, it's coming in. It's like a surprise. All of a sudden, someone's coming in and saying, I'm sorry, and like they're wanting to make peace with you. And so as a part of wanting to make peace with you, or make amends, or make up for what you've done for them, they might be showing up all of a sudden, like able to pay you back, and you're getting that money back for some of you. Which is a weird thing, because I don't typically associate the Empress card with like a loan or a loan repayment, but I'm getting that for some of you. Okay, I'm getting that for some of you. And I do feel that you're like manifesting something. So, and I mean, the energy, it's so weird. Somebody's still on the thing about what I said when I was like, you're manifesting something you've been wanting. And somebody's like, is it a car? Is it a car? Is it a car? I'm like hearing it. I'm hearing it. So, yes, somebody is manifesting a car, but I really feel something is happening midweek where and whatever this is, like, it's lifting you up. So it could be a birthday gift, it could be a loan repayment, it could be something someone's doing for you, but you're taking it and you're creating something with it, or you're putting it to use in some way where it's going to allow you to do a lot of really big important things, like things that are big and important to you. And that's the feeling, that's the sense I'm getting with the Empress card midweek. Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday card, my darlings, is 10 of Angels. Okay, so this is going to be in traditional tarot 10 of Swords, and it's listed here as surrender. Okay, surrender. And I love the fact that it's listed here as surrender. 10 of Swords can be where you are basically like recovering from an addiction, or ending some kind of toxic situation in your life. But in my experience, even though sometimes 10 of Swords can indicate endings, even though it can indicate like leaving a job, or like ending of a relationship, or even though it can indicate endings, in my experience, I usually in my readings have only seen 10 of Swords come up where that's the meaning, in a situation where my client is the one who's ending things. Or anytime I've pulled 10 of Swords, It's been before I've ended things. Like I've been thinking, oh, should I, get out of this situation? Should I leave this job? And Ten of Swords would come up, and it's like the universe is saying yes. Like this is I don't want to say a test for you, but like a lesson. Like you're having this situation because you're meant to draw a line, and you're meant to say no. You're meant to learn by doing that. So I like the way here that it says surrender, because I think for a lot of you, you've been holding on to something simply because you haven't seen what the next thing is gonna be, right? Now I want to give you a word of caution here. Like, for example, if it's a job and you've been holding on to a job because you've been looking for another job, that's a smart thing to do, especially if you're not in a situation where somebody can pay your bills, or if you're not in a situation, where you have financial help. Then absolutely, a job is one situation where you definitely sometimes do have to hold on to it until the next thing comes along. But in other situations, like say it's a relationship or a friendship, or just something you've been doing to hang out, or some social thing that you've been in, like maybe you've been holding on because you're like, well, I'll just wait until the next thing comes in. Well, I feel like you're surrendering it. Or even with the job situation, you may be surrendering to the universe, where you're like, okay, mentally I've made the decision to leave this place. I don't know what's going to be next. I don't know where I'm going to go. It could be like you're wanting to do something different with your life and you don't know what to do, but you're surrendering it. Albeit, please, like I'm not telling you to quit your job if you don't have something else lined up, but you're surrendering it to the universe. Like, I'm surrendering that you're going to guide me to the right thing. You're going to help me by giving me the inspiration. You're going to help me by putting the right ideas in my mind. You're going to help me by opening my eyes and helping me see which steps I should take. So there's a surrender in that sense in the end of the week for many of you Libras. For a lot of you, you're surrendering a person that has been bleeding you dry. You have felt so responsible for the well-being of this person. You may be walking on eggshells. You may be doing everything to try to help them, to try to, I don't want them to be unhappy, or I don't want them to, so you've been catering to them. But this is someone whom you're finally ready to surrender. And it could be a family member. It could be a romantic partner. It could be a family member, where you're just saying, universe, God, I'm surrendering this person to you. So-and-so's guardian angels, I'm surrendering them back to you, into your hands. Watch over them, guide them. But you're surrendering some situation to where you're no longer taking the responsibility or the obligation on your shoulders, because it's been a negative impact on you. So anytime I see 10 of Swords or 10 of Angels, it's telling me you're putting an end to something that's been draining you, or that's been impacting you negatively, or it's begun to impact you negatively. Maybe it didn't start out that way, but it sure as heck is starting to go that way, and you're putting an end to it. Okay, and this is a person or a situation that has been blocking your abundance. So you're putting an end to it so that you're opening up to that abundance. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a look at your spiritual card here, your blessing or your prayer card. And like I said, as always, that info is going to be listed for you in the description. Oh, wow, Libra, so this is great. You have a blessing on a homecoming. So if any of you have been wanting to take a trip home, maybe you're away from home, or you feel like you're a long way from home, there's some kind of a manifestation that you're creating right now to get back home, or maybe you've been wanting to move. Maybe you've been wanting a sense of home, right? Maybe you don't like where you're living, or maybe you're wanting to, manifest, purchasing a property. Whatever it might be, whatever homecoming is for you, this is an energy that's coming in for you. So as always, my darlings, I'm going to go ahead and read the prayer here for you. Last time I did it, some of you said that you liked to come back to the video and listen to it because you felt like you were being prayed over. You're more than likely to do that. I will show you also the book, so that if you want to, take a screenshot of it and say the prayer for yourself to yourself, you can do that. So let's see here. Libra, this blessing is for your homecoming, for it to be one which is open to who you have become, joyous in the discovery of the changes you have made willingly, understanding of the hurts that may have happened along the road and the paths your journey took you down. May you bring to your home the light of your soul and let your presence illuminate the home, making it new and warm once again for those who have waited for your return. Let everything be familiar and soothing, yet no longer memory's gift or nostalgia's promise. May home be full of smiles and embraces and warmth, and most of all, a sense of your place being finally filled, because the truth is that your home was no longer truly home without you, and only your return has filled the void. Let home's sanctuary bless you with the safest place on earth, and let the home be filled with the laughter and love of kin and friend, until you can integrate who you have become while you were away with who you are now that you have returned. May your homecoming be blessed with the open arms of those who have missed you, and let the rediscovery of you outshine who you once were. A blessing, dear friend, wanderer, on your homecoming. May it bring gladness to your soul. Blessed be Libra. So here's that first part, and here's that second part. If you want to go ahead and take a screenshot of that and say that prayer to yourself, you may do that. You can come back and listen to it. Be sure to watch your moon sign and rising sign video as well, because there's another blessing in there. You might like that one more. It might resonate with you more, but also the reading itself might bring you some extra information. Also, private readings, go ahead and click on the Calendly link. You can go ahead and schedule there. I'm having a sale because we're coming into October. October is my favorite month. It's my birthday month, though I'm not a Libra. But phone calls are going to be 50% off. If you book a 60-minute or a 30-minute, they're half off right now. So, and PayPal is fixed, thank goodness. So you can go in there and you can schedule. I'm only going to have a limited number of the 50% off phone calls. It usually does go fast, so, feel free to take advantage of that if you would like. Some of you are like, thank you for the reading, Amethyst, but what about my love life? Love readings are separate on this channel. If you click on the description in the video, it will take you to the love readings. I thank you so very much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. Happy birthday, Libras. See you next week.